Welcome to ladies and gentlemen, coin collectors, and lovers of world currency. Today's spotlight is on an often overlooked numismatic gem that recently shook the auction world. We're talking about the 1987 France 5 francs coin, but not just any example. This particular coin features a silver shade, is in exceptionally high condition, and recently sold at auction for an impressive sum in US dollars. Let's dive deep into what makes this coin so special and why collectors are now watching this series with serious interest. To truly appreciate the 1987 France 5 francs coin, we need to understand its place in French monetary history. The 5 francs denomination dates back to the 18th century, but by 1987, France was nearing the end of the franc era, just before the introduction of the euro. This coin was minted under the Fifth Republic, and while it was meant for everyday circulation, certain variants, due to their finish, rarity, or condition, have become collector favorites. The 1987 5 francs is struck in a nickel alloy, but what has caught collectors' attention is a unique silver-toned patina on some specimens, especially those that have been stored carefully or have naturally toned over time. Let's take a moment to appreciate the design on the obverse. We have the beautiful and iconic image of Marianne, the national emblem of France and a symbol of liberty and reason. Her profile is calm yet commanding, designed by artist Oscar Rodi in earlier decades and adapted here. On the reverse, you'll see the denomination 5 francs, the year 1987, and a classic wreath design. It's clean, elegant, and quintessentially French. But here's where it gets fascinating. Some coins from this year, especially those preserved in pristine conditions, often referred to as mint, state, or MS grade specimens, exhibit an incredible silver-like sheen. While not composed of silver, this visual quality has driven up collector interest, often giving the coin a deceptive but attractive silver appearance. Most 1987 5 franc coins are relatively common. Millions were struck. But what sets this coin apart, and why it recently sold for hundreds of dollars at a major auction, lies in a few crucial details. Exceptional preservation. This coin was graded as being in near flawless condition, with sharp detail and little to no visible wear. Silver hue or patina, unlike the dull gray of most circulated examples. This coin displays a silver-like shade that adds to its aesthetic and market appeal. Low population in high grades. Despite the large mintage, few examples survive in such pristine state, especially with this eye-catching silver tone. Certified by a top grading agency, coins that have been authenticated and graded by institutions like PCGS or NGC carry more weight in the auction market. Now to the big moment, the sale in a recent online numismatic auction. A France 5 francs 1987 coin, certified as MS66 with a noted silver-toned finish, started bidding at just $57,000. But what happened next surprised even the auctioneers. After a fierce bidding war between collectors in Europe, North America, and Asia, the final hammer price, an impressive $67,000 United States dollar. That's over 18 times its face value, and a massive result for a coin many had considered ordinary just a few years ago. So, what does this mean for collectors and investors? Look closer at your modern world coins. You never know what condition or toning might boost value. Store coins properly, airtight capsules, dry environments, and no handling with bare hands can help preserve natural luster. Get high potential coins graded. Certification increases beer confidence and can dramatically raise auction value. Watch market trends as interest grows in lesser-known modern coins. Prices are climbing. This isn't a one-time event. Other high-grade 5 francs coins from the late 1980s and early 90s are also fetching good money, especially with unique finish, toning, or low populations in top grades. The 1987 France 5 francs coin is a reminder that numismatic value isn't just about gold or ancient age. Sometimes it's about quality, rarity in condition, and eye-catching appeal. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep your eyes open. That seemingly common coin in your drawer might just be your next big auction success. Next up, a 1971 France 5 francs coin. Silver-toned, heavily worn, poorly preserved, yet it's sold at auction for a surprisingly high price. Why? How? Let's find out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more rare coin stories every week. The 5 francs coin, minted in France in 1971, was part of the decimal coinage system that defined the French economy for decades before the euro arrived. It was minted during a period of significant political and social transformation in France, just a few years after the events of May 1968, and under the presidency of Georges Pompidou. Designed by Oscar Rodi, the same artist behind the famous La Sameuse. The sewer this coin is not made of silver but rather a nickel alloy. However, due to environmental factors, some of these coins developed a striking silver-like patina over the decades, giving the illusion of being silver coins, especially when photographed or viewed under specific lighting. The obverse of the coin features the iconic sewer. Sowing seeds, a powerful symbol of growth, hope, and the Republic. The reverse bears the denomination and the date 5. Francs 1971, surrounded by olive and oak branches, representing peace and strength. Now, let's talk condition in numismatics. Condition is often everything. A coin in very fine or mint state condition can be worth exponentially more than one in poor condition, but today's case is the exception. This particular 19715 francs coin is in what many would call very bad condition, severe surface wear, corrosion spots, etch dings, and tarnish that's darkened the entire piece. The mint luster is long gone. So how did such a damaged coin find its way into the high-end auction block? It turns out this coin had a hidden story upon closer expert inspection. The coin showed a rare die error, possibly a misaligned die strike or double strike, visible under magnification. Errors like these are extremely rare on French modern coinage, especially for common denominations like the 5 francs. In addition, the coin developed a silver-tone patina chemical reaction, likely due to improper storage or exposure to unique environment over decades. While this doesn't make it silver, the color caught the eye of collectors and added to its appeal. Despite its poor condition, this coin tells a story. It's a survivor, said one collector. You can't replicate this kind of aging or error. It's genuine. Raw numismatic history. In an October 2025 auction at a European numismatic house, this worn, silver-toned 19715 Francs coin sold for a staggering $66,000 United States dollar, over 2,500 times its face value. Collectors were reportedly drawn by the uniqueness and confluence of era, age, tone, and mystery. It's not about shine. It's about story. This coin's story proves that numismatics is more than just shiny coins in plastic cases. Sometimes it's about what a coin has been through, what secrets it holds, and how it captures a moment in time. The value of a coin is driven by a mix of rarity, demand, history, and sometimes pure auction drama. Next time you see a worn coin in your change jar or coin shop and take a closer look, you might be holding the next numismatic legend. Remember, condition isn't everything, but context is king. Next up, the 1993 French 5 francs coin. Yes, that small, silver-toned piece that many once overlooked is now catching serious attention from collectors around the world, especially when found in extra fine condition. And today, we're diving deep into how this humble coin is creating waves at international auctions, with prices reaching unexpected highs in US dollars. If you're into numismatics or just curious about how a coin you may already own could be worth hundreds, maybe more, you're in the right place. Before the euro became the official currency of France in 2002, the French franc had a rich history. The 5 francs denomination, in particular, has gone through several evolutions, from heavy silver coins of the 19th century to the modern, mass-produced pieces of the late 20th century. But among the modern era coins, 1993 stands out not because of an error or a rare metal content, but because of its combination of lower, surviving quality specimens and its appealing, near pristine grades. Minted during a time of economic transition and currency reform, the 1993 5 francs coin represents the final years before France moved toward a monetary union with Europe. While millions were produced, only a small fraction survive today in high-grade, collector-worthy condition. The 5 francs 1993 coin features a simple yet iconic design. Country: France. Denomination: 5 francs. Year: 1993. Material: nickel, often appears silver-shaded. Weight: 9 grams. Diameter: 29 millimeters. Designer: Georges Mathieu. Obverse stylized number 5 with RF Republic francaise. Reverse Liberté Eaglite for turnip with olive branch motif. Edge smooth with lettering. Though it's not made of silver, the alloy gives it a bright, almost silver-like luster that has caused some confusion in extra fine condition. This finish truly stands out, making it a desirable piece for both visual and historical appeal. In numismatics, condition is king. The difference between a coin worth $29,000 and one worth $30,000 can come down to preservation, light wear on the highest points. All major details are sharp and clear. Minimal handling marks. Strong eye appeal. Original mint luster may still be partially visible for a coin like the 1993 5 francs, which was widely circulated. Finding one in extra fine or better is increasingly difficult. Most were pocket change tossed into drawers, spent daily, or melted down, but collectors are now chasing down these high-grade survivors, and that demand is driving prices sky high. In auctions, coins graded EF or even O, almost uncirculated, have seen significant upticks in bidding activity, especially from collectors in the US, Canada, and Asia, where modern European coins are gaining traction. Now, let's talk dollars in 2022. A standard 1993 5 francs coin in circulated condition sold for around $35,000. Not impressive, right? But fast forward to today. In a recent auction hosted by Katawiki, a slab 1993 5 francs graded MS65 by PCGS sold for $40,000 USD, plus beers premium, and in another case, a raw coin in visually XF condition fetched $46,000 after 23 bids. What's driving this? Simple scarcity in grade, nostalgia for the pre-Euro era, and a rising international interest in late 20th century European numismatics, thinking of collecting or selling a 1993 5 francs coin. Here's what you need to know. Look for coins with minimal scratches, clear lettering, and strong edge detail. Store in acid-free flips or capsules to preserve luster. Consider certification if the coin appears uncirculated. Photograph both sides under natural light. Mention extra fine or grade if known. List on platforms like eBay, shops, or even heritage auctions. Use keywords like silver shade high grade pre-Euro and rare XF. Even if your coin isn't in top grade, bundling it with other pre-Euro currency can attract buyers. But if you've got one in extra fine or better, you're sitting on a potential profit. The France 5 francs 1993 might not be made of silver, but its silver-shaded luster, symbolic design, and rapidly increasing auction value make it a gem in modern coin collecting. It goes to show you don't always need ancient coins or gold pieces too. Build a valuable collection. Sometimes a 1990s coin in great condition can surprise even the most seasoned numismatist. So check your old drawers, flip through those world coin albums, and don't overlook that unassuming 5 francs piece because today it could be worth far more than face value. Next up, the France 5 francs from 1972. Known for its distinct silver tone, incredible design, and in some cases, eye-popping value at auctions today. Whether you're a collector, investor, or just curious about world currency, you won't want to miss what we uncover about this understated yet valuable piece of numismatic history. To understand the significance of the 1970 to France 5 francs coin, we need to step back into the post-war monetary history of France. The French franc was the currency of France before the euro, and the 5 francs denomination had a long and evolving journey. After World War II, France began minting a modern version of the 5 francs coin, with changes in size, metal content, and design reflecting the nation's shifting economic landscape. The 1972 version is part of the series minted from 1960 to 2001, but this specific year stands out due to some unique characteristics, both in mintage numbers and collector interest. Let's take a look at the 1970 to France 5 francs coin in detail. Obverse features the figure of Liberty sowing grain, symbolizing French agricultural strength and Republican values. The design was created by Oscar Rodi, an iconic French medalist. Reverse, simple and elegant, with 5 francs and the date 1972, encircled by olive branches and oak. Leaves representing peace and strength. Composition, while it appears silver in color. This coin is actually minted in a nickel alloy, not silver. But here's the catch: some specimens have toning or patina that gives them a silver shade appearance. Highly sought after by collectors. Weight 10 grams. Diameter 31 millimeters. Edge reeded. So why do some of these coins look like they're silver when they're not? This is where things get fascinating. Toning occurs naturally over time as the metal reacts with air and moisture. under certain conditions like careful storage in old albums or cabinets. The coin's surface develops a brilliant silver hue, sometimes with hints of blue, purple, or gold. Collectors love this not only for the aesthetic appeal but because it signals authentic aging. In some cases, these silver-toned coins in fine or extremely fine condition fetch surprisingly high prices. Condition is everything in numismatics. A 1972 5 francs coin in circulated condition might be worth just $1, but in fine condition, meaning light wear with all major details visible, the value increases. If it's very fine to extremely fine and has that silver shade toning, collectors might pay $30,000 or more, depending on eye appeal. Uncirculated or mint state coins are rarer and can go even higher, especially if slabbed by PCGS or NGC. Now for the jaw-dropping part: recent auction market values. In 2024 and 2025, a few silver-shaded 1972 5 francs coins in fine to mint condition sold for over $39,000 USD, especially when they showed exceptional toning or had been professionally graded. One stunning example, with bright luster and natural silver-like patina, sold on eBay for $42,000 USD after 23 bids. Another in ANGC slab-graded MS64 fetched $46,000 at a European numismatic auction. Not bad for a coin that many people still overlook in their junk drawers. Want to know if your 1970 to France 5 francs coin is valuable? Here's what to look for. Minimal wear on Liberty's dress and grain. Bright or uniform toning, especially silver or rainbow hues. Strong edge reading. No major nicks, gouges, or corrosion. Sharp date and letter details. Use a jeweler's loupe and natural lighting. If it looks too good to be true, consider having it appraised. The 1970 to France 5 francs coin may not be made of silver, but its appearance, design, and condition can make it worth far more than face value. It's a perfect example of how history, art, and metal converge in the world of coin collecting. If you find one in your collection, take a closer look. It just might be a hidden gem worth serious money. And remember, the coin market is always evolving. What's overlooked today might be tomorrow's hot auction item. Next up, the French 5 francs of 1978, once common, now commanding surprisingly high values at modern auctions, even in what some would call a damaged state. Is it the silver shade? Is it the scarcity? Or is it something far more fascinating? To understand the value of this seemingly ordinary coin, we must first step back into its time of origin, the late 1970s. The year is 1978. France, under the Fifth Republic, is minting its modern 5 francs coin, a coin that many saw, touched, and spent daily. Made from a copper-nickel alloy, this 5 francs piece bore the iconic image of La Semeuse, the sword designed by Oscar Rodi, a figure that has graced French coinage since the late 19th century, symbolizing hope, growth, and national identity. Over 100 million of these coins were struck that year, making it anything but rare, at least at first glance. So how did a coin that was once mass-produced become a prized item in today's numismatic market, with some specimens selling for hundreds, even millions of dollars? The answer lies in a curious phenomenon observed in a subset of these 1978 5 francs coins: a strange, unmistakable silver-like sheen collectors began calling them silver shade variants, though still made of base metal. Certain chemical or environmental reactions, or potentially even minting anomalies, cause the alloy surface to adapt a reflective, metallic finish not commonly seen. Add to that, many of these coins surfaced in damaged or worn conditions, but rather than reducing value, in some cases, it only heightened curiosity. Why? Because these weren't just damaged, they were unique. In the world of coin collecting, damage is usually a death sentence for value. But numismatics isn't always about perfection, it's about rarity, story, and demand. For the 1978 silver shade 5 francs, certain examples with unusual pitting, toning, or dyed cracks especially, when combined with that mysterious silver finish, have become conversation pieces. The more distinct the appearance, the more collectors began to see these as accidental masterpieces, while standard circulated coins might fetch just $1. These oddities, these flawed rarities, began commanding attention. Online forums lit up, numismatic communities started tracking sales, and then came the auctions. By 2022, sales began popping up across platforms like eBay, Katawiki, Delcampi, and regional French auctions. A particularly bright-toned silver shade 19785 francs with edgeware anti-flaws sold for nearly $45,000. Another with uneven surface toning and silver-like patina fetched over $50,000 in 2023. A record was set in early 2024 when a fully toned, damaged edge specimen hammered at $67,000 USD after a bidding war. But let's be clear, not every shiny 5 francs coin is valuable. Many are polished, some are fakes, and others are just ordinary coins that caught the light. True value comes when a coin meets 3 criteria: genuine minting origin, unusual silver toning or appearance, and numismatic demand. Experts recommend consulting a trusted numismatist or grading authority before making significant purchases. What makes the 1978 silver shade 5 francs stand out is its ambiguity. It's not meant to exist in that form, yet it does, and that's what collectors love. So, how much can you expect if you have one of these coins? Well, the market is still young, and prices vary, but here's a general breakdown in USD based on current auction data. Top-tier collector specimen, certified up to $70,000 or more. Remember, the value lies in what's different, not what's perfect. What started as a mass-produced coin has become an unlikely numismatic treasure. Whether it's the mysterious silver hue, the damage that tells a story, or the collector's hunt for the strange and rare, the 1978 French 5 francs is a testament to how value can hide in plain sight. Check your drawers, search your boxes, ask your grandparents. That old coin might just be today's auction highlight. Next up, a 1973 French 5 francs coin in very bad condition, just sold for hundreds of dollars. But why? What makes this coin so special? And how can a coin in poor condition still fetch big value on the numismatic market? The French 5 francs coin from 1973 may not seem extraordinary at first glance. It was part of the Fifth Republic's regular currency, minted in the millions, featuring the powerful image of La Sameuse, the solar symbol of hope and prosperity deeply rooted in French culture. Designed by Oscar Rodi, this coin type had been in circulation in different forms since the early 1900s, representing France's agricultural identity and resilience. But the 1973 issue, although common, hides a story that's far more complex. Country France. Denomination 5 francs. Year 1973. Material nickel, not silver. Diameter 31 millimeters. Weight 10 grams. Edge reeded. Obverse La Semus by Oscar Rodi. Reverse 5 francs. Republic Francaise. Date. Mintage over 210 million. Yes, despite its silver appearance. This coin is made entirely of nickel, which often confuses beginner collectors. Its metallic shine can give the illusion of silver, especially when aged or oxidized. This is where terms like silver shade or silver toning come into play. But again, no actual silver content here. So why would such a coin in bad condition no less sell for a high value? Let's talk about the surprising part. A heavily circulated 1973 French 5 francs coin with noticeable scratches, edge wear, and discoloration was recently sold at a numismatic auction, fetching a final price of nearly $43,000. USD, over 250 times its face value. This coin, described by the auctioneer as having a silver shade, patina and deeply toned, surfaces with unique oxidation, attracted multiple bidders. Some called it a fluke, others a hidden gem. So what contributed to this unexpected high sale price? Here are 5 possible reasons. Unique toning, silver shade patina. Over time, nickel coins can develop beautiful rainbow or silver gray toning due to oxidation. Some collectors go wild for natural toning even if the coin is worn down. Error or variant possibility. There's speculation that some of these coins may have minor minting errors such as off strikes, planchet flaws, or edge irregularities that increase their appeal. Historical or personal significance. Some buyers are drawn to specific years or designs. 1973 could be meaningful to someone, and this coin's rough condition might have added character to the piece. Speculative bidding. In recent years, online auctions have seen wild fluctuations in coin prices due to speculation, FOMO, and viral listings, photography, and marketing. The auction house's dramatic lighting and language may have made the coin seem rarer than it is. Silver shade sounds mysterious, doesn't it? Global interest in world coins, especially older circulating coins with artistic or historical value, has grown significantly. More collectors are turning to non-US coins for variety and affordability, which means coins like the 5 francs from 1973 are getting a second look. In pristine, uncirculated condition, these coins are still relatively inexpensive, around $57,000 USD, but rare toning, unique wear, or error coins can break that ceiling even in bad shape. Now the big question: should you dig into your old coin jars and start listing your scratched up 5 francs coins online? Maybe. But don't expect every tarnished coin to sell for millions. If you have a 1973 French 5 francs coin, look for unusual toning or silver-like shine, off-center strikes or minting errors, uncommon edge patterns, provenance or historical significance, a unique aesthetic appeal. If it looks interesting, get it appraised or listed. And remember, in today's collector market, beauty is often in the eye of the bidder. The 1973 French 5 francs coin reminds us that even common items when aged by time and marked by character, can become unexpected treasures. Sometimes it's not about mint condition, it's about story, rarity, and the moment the right beer sees something special. So next time you come across a dull, scratched coin, look again. You might just be holding a small fortune or at least a piece of history worth far more than its face value. Next up, the France 5 francs 1970 coin. Especially in fine to uncirculated condition and exhibiting that distinctive silver-toned finish, has become a true star in the world of modern numismatics. But what makes this coin so special? Why are collectors paying a premium for it in 2025? Let's explore the coin's history, specifications, market trends, and most importantly, its surprising value today. The 5 francs coin, minted in 1970, is part of a fascinating transition period in French numismatics, originally introduced under the Fifth Republic. These coins reflect both France's economic evolution and changing monetary policy. The 5 francs denomination had a long legacy dating back to the 18th century, but by 1970, the coin was no longer made of silver, at least not officially. It was minted in nickel. Yet intriguingly, many specimens have developed a silver-like patina over the years, especially when preserved properly or due to chemical reactions with their storage environments. This silver-shaded appearance, though not pure silver, has captivated collectors. The shine, coupled with the iconic design by Oscar Rodi, gives it a deceptively precious look, and yes, some proof and specially preserved pieces do display a luster that rivals that of silver coins. Let's break down the technical details of the France 5 francs 1970 coin. A verse features the symbolic figure of Marianne, the national emblem of the French Republic, walking proudly, sowing seeds into the wind. This design is known as la semouse. Reverse clearly states the denomination 5 francs, surrounded by laurel and olive branches, and the year 1970. Metal 100% nickel, though the shine may trick the eye. Diameter 31 millimeters. Weight 10 grams. Edge milled. Mint Monet de Paris, Paris mint. Despite being a non-precious metal coin, the artistry and production quality make it a standout. Here's where things get exciting for collectors. The value of the 1970 France 5 francs coin has skyrocketed in recent years, but only for high-grade specimens. Coins that were once considered everyday change are now viewed as numismatic treasures, especially if the surface is clean with minimal wear. Luster remains intact. The strike is crisp and well-centered. No signs of corrosion or toning damage. It retains that unique silver shade appeal. Let's look at some recent auction highlights. In April 2025, a certified MS65 specimen sold for $45,000 USD at a European auction. A proof-like version, although not officially minted as a proof, with mirror-like fields and frosty devices, fetched an astonishing $48,000 USD at heritage auctions. Collectors are looking for coins in fine, extremely fine, and ideally uncirculated UNC condition. The silver shine, even though it's from nickel, adds dramatic appeal when placed in slabs or high-end displays. Now, about that silver appearance. Why do some 5 francs 1970 coins shine like silver? This isn't a fluke. Collectors and experts suggest chemical storage conditions like PVC flips and albums led to a slow development of a silvery film. Others propose experimental strikes or mint variations, though unconfirmed officially. Some believe early strikes of 1970 were struck with higher die pressure. creating more lustrous finish. Numismatists call this the silver shade effect, and in auctions, it's a visual bonus that can increase the final price, sometimes by thousands or even millions. The global demand for mid-20th century European coins is surging. Coin collectors in North America, Germany, and Japan are particularly interested in high-grade examples of this French coin. The 1975 francs is seeing increasing interest from online auction platforms like eBay, Katawiki, and e-shops. Major numismatic auctions in the U.S. Heritage France and Switzerland. Private sales through collector forums and Instagram coin sellers. If you own one in great condition, now might be the time to get it graded by NGC or PCGs and listed at auction. It might just surprise you with a winning bid of $84,000 or more. Looking to invest or collect the France 5 francs 1970? Here are 5 tips. Check the shine, look for that signature silver-like luster. Inspect for damaged clean surfaces, no scratches or dents. Buy certified when possible. Slab coins carry more trust and resale value. Avoid polished coins. Over-cleaning destroys numismatic value. Store properly. Use acid-free holders or capsules to preserve that beautiful finish. Remember, numismatics is as much about beauty and history as it is about value. From spare change in 1970 to a collector's gem in 2025. The France 5 francs coin proves that value is more than just metal content. It's about history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Next up, the 1974 France 5 francs coin. But not just any version of it, we're talking about a silver-shaded, high-quality variant that recently sold at auction for a staggering price in US dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started in the hobby, this is a coin story you don't want to miss. Let's get into it. To appreciate the significance of this coin, we first need to understand its place in French monetary history. The 5 francs coin has been a staple of French currency for centuries, dating back to the pre-revolutionary era. But by the 1970s, France was navigating major transitions economically, politically, and numismatically. The year 1974 marked a turning point. While earlier French coins were often struck in silver or other precious metals, the 1974 5 francs coin was part of a Nora generation, minted mostly in nickel and intended for daily circulation. It represented the modern republic and, more importantly, a shift in how coins were produced with efficiency, mass production, and cost-cutting in mind. Now, let's talk about the technical details of the 1974 France 5 francs coin. Obverse designed by artist Oscar Rodi. The obverse features the beautiful image of La Semeuse, the sower, a national symbol of France, representing progress, hope, and prosperity. She's depicted sowing seeds under a rising sun. Her movement fluid and dynamic, evoking strength and femininity. Reverse on the reverse. You'll find the denomination 5 francs prominently displayed, with the year 1974 and a wreath of olive and oak leaves, symbolizing peace and strength. The standard circulation version of this coin is made of nickel, with a weight of 10 grams, a diameter of 31 millimeters, and a smooth edge. But here's where things get interesting. Recently, collectors and auctioneers have identified a silver-shaded variant of the 1974 5 francs coin, and it's causing quite a stir. So what exactly is this silver shade coin? While the mint records show no official silver minting of the 1974 5 francs, A small number of coins have surfaced that exhibit a distinctly silver tone, exceptional luster, and higher detailed clarity. These coins were either minted using an experimental or transitional planchette, produced as presentation or pattern coins, or result of a striking error with a different metallic composition. Some experts speculate that these may have been trial strikes or part of limited collector sets, possibly intended for government or VIP presentation purposes. Condition is king in numismatics, and this particular silver shade, 1970 for 5 francs coin, was in extraordinary state, often graded as MS6, 7 or higher by reputable grading authorities like NGC or PCGS. In such high-grade examples, the coin's details, especially La Simouse's flowing gown, the individual leaves in the wreath, and the precise lettering appear razor-sharp. The coin surface is often described as having a mirror-like or satiny finish, indicating either proof-like qualities or a specially struck version. So, how much did this rare silver shade 1974 5 francs sell for? Just recently, at a major European numismatic auction, one such coin certified and authenticated went under the hammer for a jaw-dropping $57,000 United States dollar. That's right, over $60,000 for a coin that, in its regular form, might only be worth the dollars. Why such a high value? Rarity. Only a handful of silver-shaded examples are known. Condition mint state plus, near perfect. Mystery and official or transitional strikes are always alluring. Historical appeal. French numismatic art from this era is iconic. This sale has sparked renewed interest in the 1970 for 5 francs coin, with collectors scouring their collections or dealer inventories, hoping to find another sleeper hit. If you're now wondering whether your 1974 5 francs might be a rare gem, here are a few tips. Check for unusual luster or coloration. Does it resemble silver more than nickel? Examine under magnification. Look for sharpness in design details. Submit to a grading service if you suspect a special strike. Get it authenticated. Research provenance if you acquired it from a foreign set, old collection, or dealer's bin. It could be a lucky find. And remember, numismatics is a mix of passion, knowledge, and luck. The next rare coin might already be sitting in your box. The 1974 France 5 francs silver shaded coin is more than just currency. It's a mystery, a piece of art, and now a high-value auction star. Whether it was born from experimentation, error, or exclusivity, it now holds a treasured place in the world of rare coins. As always, keep your eyes open, stay curious, and never underestimate what lies in your collection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more numismatic deep dives. Comment below, do you own a 5 francs coin? Ever seen a silver tone one? Let us know. Until next time, keep collecting and keep discovering.